Hey, what is up guys? My name is The Marathon. Got you guys another video here on the Carnage Clan channel. The gameplay today is a crazy good and intense double nuclear on Hijacked with the MSMC. The player's name is Mr. All-Powerful, a member of the Carnage Elite. Really good player. He's always in the enemy's faces, up there in their spawn, just creating a ton of havoc, and really good gameplay. He's playing some multi-team hardpoint on Hijacked, like I said, and today's commentary is going to be a little different. We saw great responses on Apollo's story that he did for Carnage's last video, so I thought I would tell you guys a pretty cool story today. This story actually took place this past weekend on Friday night. Me and 8 other guys were over at a friend's house for his 16th birthday party. It was about 10 o'clock. 2 girls had just come over, so it was 10 of us, 8 guys, 2 girls. We are all freshmen in high school. We went out. It was about 10:30. It was dark, kind of a moist evening, but we're gonna go out in the neighborhood and do our typical ding-dong ditch prank, your regular stuff that teenagers like to do and mess around. Now, his neighborhood is pretty upscale. There is quite a lot of security. Some of the people are pretty uptight, but this story is pretty crazy, so let me get right into it. So, we walked down his driveway, just preparing to have, a regular old night of pranking around the neighborhood. Thought we'd ding-dong ditch a couple houses, so we went down his street, took a left down a cul-de-sac, and someone just went up and decided to ding-dong ditch this house. So, five guys, me and 4 other guys. After we ding-dong ditched the house, we went and kind of hid behind a car right in front of his driveway, which was probably our first flaw. Pretty stupid thing to do, but all the other people, they kind of fled and scurried down the cul-de-sac into his side yard, and we sat there for about 3 minutes. Everything was fine. It was so quiet. We didn't hear anything, so after about 3 minutes, I peeked my head up, and I figured everything was clear, everything was fine. Either the people were sleeping or they weren't home. I mean, their lights were on, there was a car in the driveway, but they might have been at a party or something. So it had been like 3-5 minutes. I thought everything was clear. Well, I'm glad I peeked my head up when I did, because I peeked my head up and there was a guy walking down the driveway. And keep in mind, I had never been caught ding-dong ditching before, so I was like, guys, we need to boogie. So we got up and started speed walking in the other direction, and he started cursing at us, saying some pretty crazy stuff, to the point where I was scared. I really was scared, and we started speed walking in the other direction. Keep in mind, it was a cul-de-sac and there were a bunch of fences everywhere, so we were kind of cornered, and I turned around and he was sprinting after us, like just in a dead sprint, cursing at us like he was ticked. He was really, really mad. So I turned the corner on the side yard and went into his backyard, and out of nowhere he came busting it around the side yard. He fell and slipped in a pile of mud, which gave us a little bit of time, but he's like, "Oh, you guys are cornered. Where are you going now?" And he was cursing at us and all that good stuff, and we were all scared. So me and 2 other guys, we took off around the side yard, and everyone else was flipping out, thinking they weren't going to be able to get out. They did find a little opening in the fence, and they were able to escape through the fence, but they got down there. Actually, one of the girls started taking off down the side yard in front of me, but she cut back towards the guy, and which is kind of a weird move, but I actually almost ran her over. I tried grabbing her by the waist and taking her with me, but she broke through, but she ended up making it with the rest of the people. So we got back to the house. Now keep in mind, his house was basically right down the road. You might think it was a stupid idea to go straight back to the house where he could pretty easily see us where we were going. But in all honesty, it was a pretty good move, and we're pretty fortunate that we ran back to the house. So we got back in the house, took all our shoes off, went down in the basement, and one of the girls came running down the stairs and we're like, "He's at the door! He's at the door!" So, it's in the heat of the moment. We're all freaking out. We're like, "Oh my gosh." He looked about 5'10". He was a stocky little white guy, but he was pretty buff. So he looked pretty intimidating. His voice was very, very scary and intimidating. So we all took off in different directions in the basement. Me and 2 other guys, like a bunch of girls, we actually busted it through this one room. My friend's basement has a bunch of hallways, a bunch of doors. So we went into this little office room, and there was another door. We went into that door, and there was like a furnace electrical room. So we went in there and hid like all the way in the back. Like, we were in pretty good hiding, and we had like a vacuum cleaner and a bucket. So if that dude came in, we were ready to bust him open, but he never really did come in. What actually happened is, after about 20 minutes, now I didn't have my phone, my friend did, but there was no service. It was pretty much a dead part of the basement, so it's pitch dark, all quiet, things are pretty scary. I'm flipping out, scared for my life. My friend had to go home with the cops the night before, so he was like flipping out about going to juvie and crap, and it was kind of scary. In the heat of the moment, you can just see kind of the situation we were in, and we could only hear one pair of footsteps. Now, my friend's parents were home, his mom, dad, and 2 sisters, so they were upstairs, and finally, after about 20 minutes, one of my friends found us and said, guys, you can come out, but he's actually pretty mad because he was like, oh, you a-holes, because he couldn't find us and he thought we were gone or something, and his mom and dad came down, and they were like, well, that guy came to the door, and he was pretty mad, and we were like, yeah, he was pretty mad, and the thing that she told us kind of frightened me. It really did. That guy that came running after us, I guess what he was doing in those 3 minutes that no one came out, he had a shotgun. He had a fully loaded shotgun, and he was ready to shoot one of us. Apparently, he told my friend's mom or dad or whoever he talked to that we're lucky that one of us didn't get shot, and that nothing like that Ding Dong Ditching pranking should ever go on again in that neighborhood. So you best believe the retards that we were wanted to go back outside, but we did kind of overcome our want and play the smart road, and we didn't go back outside that night, but it was pretty frightening. It was a fun evening, kind of one of those YOLO stories that you'll be able to tell for the rest of your life. I thought it was pretty good, but it was scary. It really was scary in the heat of the moment. Pretty fortunate we ran back into the house, so hopefully, from now on, when we go into that neighborhood, no, we're never going down that cul-de-sac again. But hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you enjoyed the story at all, I do have a couple more stories like that over on my channel. Feel free to go check me out. I'm sure my link will be down in the description. Also, hope you guys did enjoy the gameplay by Mr. All-Powerful, again, a member of the Carnage Elite. There's lots of good stuff over on Carnage Elite as well, so make sure you go check out that channel and subscribe to them. As well, subscribe to the Carnage Clan channel, putting out amazing content, as always, for you guys. So again, intense double nuclear on Hijacked with the MSMC by Mr. All-Powerful. Hope you enjoyed the story. Again, my name is The Marathon YT. Check me out if you feel that you want to do so. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. My name is The Marathon. I will talk to you guys later. See ya.
Ashes to ashes, rookie of the year, every class I done mastered. Sipping wine, walking lines like I'm still drunk. Age is just a number.